popcorn is, I was like, why didn't we not have popcorn all this time? I've always been getting pretzels and potato chips, but now I'm going to get popcorn, pretzels, and potato chips. We'll just have lots of them. Craziness. So there's a tradition we have that we're going to do now. And yep, the unboxing. So when you come to any museum, technically you're supporting that museum, you're helping them out, and these are, like I said, benefits so that we can continue doing libraries and doing schools and continue acquiring items. It helps subsidize that. So I want to thank you very much. It really does mean a lot to me. I call it my mitzvah job. So technically, when you go to the Met, you bought all the items at the Met too. I mean, the Monets and the mummies are yours. So the next time you go to the Met, you know what I want you to do. I want you to walk up to the curator and say, hi, Denny said those are my mummies. I'd like to open them now, thank you. And see where that gets you. I know I'm going to be getting a nasty phone call from my friends at the Met. But here you do get to actually open the new acquisitions. It started with the kids in my building. They thought it was like Christmas and Hanukkah every day in my apartment. And so one day I always think, if nature puts something in your head, you should just do it and see what happens. So I said, let's open a box down here in the lobby with the kids. So we opened up a box and it turned out to be the coolest thing in the world. It was 250 antique from like the 1800s skeleton keys. And I was like, whoa, skeleton keys, these are so cool. And I was like playing around with them and having fun. And, and the kids were playing around with them, having fun. And I gave each kid a skeleton key as a keepsake. And they were like, wow, that's cool. And then I thought, well, if I give away the antiques, then that's kind of dumb. I won't have anything. But this idea of you guys having the fun of opening them up, the new acquisitions, which curators usually do, it's so much fun. And for years I was doing that. And I decided we should do that. We should have you guys open up the new acquisitions. And I've been doing it ever since, and I don't open up new acquisitions anymore because I just feel like it's meant for you guys to open it. And someday we're planning on getting an actual building because everyone realized if something happens to me, what happens to the antiques? A lot of them are donations, family heirlooms. And I realized that I never really wanted a space because I always wanted to be free. That was the point. I was supposed to emancipate you guys and me and be free. But a building means a landlord can kick us out. So we decided the best thing to do is to buy a building and own it, and then nobody can kick us out. But then what happens when I go, I realized the best thing to do is to actually donate it to the people of New York, to the state of New York. And it becomes part of New York. And people never give up anything. The community gardens in the East Village, which aren't even their property. They build they plant 2 tomatoes and they're like, sorry, we're not giving this back. we planted tomatoes here. And all of a sudden, multi-million-dollar property becomes a community garden. And I'm like, great. So if we buy the building, we don't even have to fight for the building. It's ours. And then if I give it to New York, then that's it. It will be there forever. And New Yorkers will never be like, yeah, we'll put condos there. Once your kids start going and everyone else starts going, they'll be like, this was where we hung out. So I'm going to keep the tradition of opening up boxes, even when I'm gone. I'm going to say, curators, when people walk through your door, they need to have that feeling of being part of this, opening up the boxes. So I've got a whole bunch of them here for you guys to open. You become curators. You get to open up the packages and see them before I even get to touch them and see them. How cool is that? And then you guys here get to witness it, and we'll tell you the story behind it. So I got to give you a little bit of hubbub. First of all, there are scissors here. Dollar store safety, ridiculous scissors. And I need the labels for cataloging. So you definitely don't want to ruin the label where I have the address, and you don't want to read the label, obviously. Then cut it, make sure not to break the item, not to drop the item. I did have somebody open a box and something fell out of it. Open it quickly, but open it, safely. Try not to cut each other. But we do have quack medical devices here that we can cure you with from the 1800s and some Prohibition whiskey, medicinal, clearly, that we can cure you with. And then afterwards, like I said, I need to catalog. So, pick up a box, open it, come to me, and I'll give you a little bit of the history. You're putting me on the spot. I have to quickly remember what I ordered and when I ordered it, and give you a little bit of history behind it. And then with the box and the package, put it over there or on the table here. so that later we can, box and antique together and catalog correctly. So on your marks, get set, come on up. And you are now museum curators for the day. I know this is like a thing on YouTube, but I never knew about that till I was doing it for like a year. And you had a question.
Oh yeah, what's a skeleton key?
So a skeleton key is just like the key to your house, but oh wait, we have to. Oh, I almost forgot. Thank you. If it's not on camera, it didn't happen. And then when your grandkids ask you, "Do you remember when it was in his apartment?" You'll be like, "Yeah." So I didn't. There I am. Good. Okay, so it's me, Denny Daniel of the Museum of Interesting Things at the Valentine's Victorian Love Speakeasy doing our unboxing. So everyone's going to unbox. Now, Ida, you sent me a gift, so I'm going to do mine again. Go ahead, guys. Yeah, go ahead. Don't be shy. And you can take more than one if we end up with extras, because everything on the table should be open. Okay, so Ida, here I go. I'm opening up the thing that you sent for me. I'm really excited. I have no clue what it is. But it feels like a book. And look at no one touched. No one noticed the cat. That is funny. That is cute. But everyone notices my Tristan. That is so sweet. And you sent me a cute little card. I love this card. Holy moly. Oh, this is also for my birthday. Thank you, Ida. Yep, which was 2 weeks ago. Birthday wishes I send you away. Hoping you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much, Ida. You are the best. I love you, Ida. Thank you. And who's first to open up a package? There's still 2 more over here. There's 2. Which one do you want to open?
That one.
That one?
So how do I open it?
This one you could just rip. It's a film, and then you won't rip the film.
Okay.
And stay right up here. You show it to me when you're done.
Can I rip it up here?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
So,
1, 2, 3. Rip. Oh, there's another one in there.
it's like one of those Russian dolls for
It's a
bubble wrap.
It's a Russian bubble.
So we'll put that over there.
And then we do this.
Yep.
Oh, this is sharp.
Hold on, wait. Let's I'll grab some. Oh, you got it.
All right. No. Oh wow.
So you opened up a 16mm film. And hold on, let me take a look at which one you opened. This is a film on courtesy.
Courtesy.
You are a good
Example.
example.
Oh.
A good example.
Nice.
Get it? This is a funny animation of like an egg family. And then they're teaching the kid, the little egg kid, how to be a good egg.
Exactly.
So you're a good egg now. Clearly your
How
mom
do
raised you
How
right.
do you know all these movies?
I've been researching it for a while. This one is part of our manners show. And I've been waiting for this one. This is such a cool one. You opened up like the holy grail of fun manners stuff. Oh, what's your name?
My name's Dan.
Dan?
Yeah.
Me too, Daniel. Good to meet you. Good to meet me.
I saw Dan on that thing, and I'm like, oh, did they send it to me?
Yeah, apparently. And it's funny, people tend to open up films, the kind of things that have to do with them sometimes. So there's always some sort of like coincidence or irony. So I love that. And then you opened up, come on, step right up.
No problem.
The Strange Case of Mr. Finch. So this is another one of those, also those manners films.
Oh, okay.
So this is really cool. Strange, and a 16mm film, a long one too, no less. And what's your name?
David.
David. So you'll show this to your kids. And teach
Should
them. Let me think of what. Let me try to remember, Mr. Finch. Oh, I think it had to do with giving away $1 million or something.
Oh, wow.
If I recall correctly.
Okay, I'll look it up.
It's hard to remember all the things quickly on the spot.
Okay.
But if I recall correctly, that was the deal with this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very, very bizarre.
Pleasure.
That's a cool one. So you opened up, what's your name?
Andre?
Andre, you opened up a very, it's not a camera, it's a flash. This is an Agfa flash. And so you would open it like this. And I know all you photographer people are loving this. Isn't that cool?
Do you mount
So,
it on something like?
you can mount it, it has a mount. So you'd mount like that, and then you can actually pivot it like this, and this would reflect a little bit.
So what's that thing there? Is that a headphone? What's that little?
This connects to the camera, so that when you take the picture, it'll set off the flash.
Do you know what?
Oh, and what's your name, by the way?
Andre?
Andre opened this one up, and oh yeah, I remember you were on that list. I think it's the first one on our list. This one is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, late 40s, early 50s, if I recall correctly. So that's a really cool one. Are you a photographer?
No, I'm a geologist.
Are you? Now you are. That's really cool, geology. I have an enormously cool rock collection from
I don't
Brazil.
look at rocks though. No.
But that's cool. Okay, so let me see what we'll start with you. And this is Ira. I got it.
You got it.
This is the Prohibition Award. So clearly you've won the award for being an alcoholic or not an alcoholic. Sorry. So you would write an essay. What's your name?
Alex.
Alex, you would write an essay as a child, which clearly you are.
Yes.
Yes. And so and you would win this award, which what is it? Let me pronounce it right. Demorest, the Demorest Prohibition Award. So what was your name again? Alex? So she was a good egg. And then they would pin this on you, and you'd be all proud and show mom that at 12 years old, you didn't drink. Good for you. And let's see what, oh my God, this took forever to open. Wow, this is really rare. You're gonna go crazy, Paul. This is an 8mm film, Shirley Temple, baby burlesques.
Oh.
So this
Oh,
is
yeah.
this is the holy grail of the baby burlesques. This is War Babies, which is just the absolute craziest, ridiculous one. So what's your name?
Boris.
Boris, they dressed up Shirley Temple in the raciest, most insane burlesque stuff. And all of the kids were dressed up in this crazy burlesque. It was so non-PC wrong. It was just the worst time of Israel. And they came out with these baby burlesques. We have almost the whole collection now that I got War Babies. And they're just so bad. And eventually people got smart to that and said, yeah, no. This is so wrong. So this is the whole, and I couldn't find it on 16, but I said, you know what? I'll take an 8. It's so ridiculous.
Like 8 and 16, man.
So 8mm is basically 16mm cut in half because nobody wanted to create a separate factory for it. And it's basically just film in a cheaper, smaller format.
Oh, so it's the
And
quality.
well, it'll be the same size as the screen, but it's now a less resolution because it's smaller. So the larger the 70mm will project better. You know, so basically larger film. But this was meant for consumers. Because clearly consumers would want your kids to watch these.
Right.
These
So
burlesques.
what's like Super 8mm? Like it's like high quality, like.
Super 8 usually meant it was pretty much sound film. That's usually what it is. Although I've heard there's some Super 8s that were not sound, but usually 8mm is silent and Super 8 is sound. Usually. But it was the later version, and the holes were a little bit, if I recall, bigger on the Super 8, if I recall correctly. But you got a film.
I got a film. It's a TV spot from Coke.
You know what it is, right?
Yes,
Do you remember? What's your name?
My name's Ruth.
Ruth. Oh my
Yes.
God, you opened up. Okay, I'd like to fill the perfect harmony. This is that film. This is the Coca-Cola commercial from the 1970s. That was the iconic commercial. Oh my God, that is like the holy grail. When we do our Summer of Love show, That's gonna be such a
Oh,
cool one to
nice.
show. So what did you open up?
We opened up some film.
You opened up a lot of films, like the holy grail of films. Yeah, this girl was so happy that it came to us. So this was, where are my glasses? Oh, right there. I'm in denial about glasses. You see nothing on my face. So, do words ever fool you? Perfect for Paul, the word meister. So these are all these kind of like manners films and teaching kids stuff. Oh, the peppercorns, playground safety. Uh-oh. This is so bad, it's good. It's just great. Oh, what are your names?
Maria and Devin.
Oh, yes, that's right. Damn it. Yeah, you're gonna so love these. When we do the manners show, you're gonna be like, I open that. And Billy the Clean. Yeah, you gotta love it. That is another great one. And this one is What Shall I Be? All fantastic 16mm films that are gonna be the stars of the etiquette manners show. Mind Your Manners is what I call that one. And then, oh, and there it is, the manly manners. You opened up clearly, Ira, our manly man, opened up the manly manners book. Excellent. So we did the manners show, and I was dying for this book to show up, and it didn't show up quick enough. But I love that graphic. Isn't that great? So Ira, who also donated those VHS tapes, I don't know where the packaging is, but you know where it is. And then who's next?
Oh, you guys, are you sure? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, step right up.
So I don't want to take it out because it's really big, but it is a film.
Oh, yeah, that is a huge.
So, yeah. There you go.
So you opened up a film and I wrote down on it
Oh, yeah.
here. Oh, okay, so this is 1977 Martin the Cobbler film. And I got this because of my daddy who passed away during this horrible period right now. And he was a shoemaker, shoe designer, and we had at least 10 factories in Brazil. You wore my daddy's shoes. Bloomingdale's, Macy's, Nine West, Florsheim, Tom McCann, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of shoes the man designed and manufactured and designed. It was unbelievable how many shoes we made per season, not
Buster
per
Brown?
year. What?
Buster Brown?
Buster? No, we didn't do Buster Brown. Oh, he might have done something for Buster because I remember seeing some logo when I was a kid of Buster Brown. They might have done something. He worked for like one of the biggest companies in the world that did distribution. So this is what these elves, and they're working with the shoemaker, and the cobbler. And I just was like, for my dad, I got these, so he'll be proud. What's your name?
Aaron.
Aaron. Yeah, so thank you for opening this. This is a really cool one. It's for the museum and kind of for me.
You're welcome.
And then we got the last one.
I got it.
So you opened up, and what's your name?
Aki, API.
Aki. Okay, this is so cool. The birthday book. This is a birthday book record. So you can actually play this book. How cool is that? And we have the world's largest collection of birthday 45 7-inches. We have over 350 of them, believe it or not. And so we do a birthday show. So if it's your birthday, you can email me and we may have your name on a personalized record, or we may have an artist you like B.B. King, Stevie Wonder, or Joan Rivers, whatever you like. So I've got, and we've got the Three Stooges and everything. So I wanted to get this one because it's a really cool book. I know, Paul, you'll get a kick out of this. It looks like something that Fisher Price would have done. So that's, when is your birthday? So when is your birthday?
June 5th.
June 5th. So June 5th, we'll have to play that for you. That's cool. And are we done? Is that everything? Yeah, we did it. Excellent. So technically it's 9 o'clock and everyone knows, usually what happens at places like, Webster Hall, Limelight, CBGB's is that they throw you out and they say, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And there are big bouncers who say that to you, who are my friends actually, and they're old friends. They were sweethearts. But here what we do is we pack up, but I play a film while I'm packing up and people can hang out and watch a film while I pack up stuff. Or whatever you want to do. And people on the internet, same thing. You can hang out on your sofas and be in your pajamas. It's all good. The next film I'm going to play is another one of those soundies It's like the Merry Women something or other, something if I remember the real correctly. But it's another one of these great soundies that are really kind of fun and crazy and kind of jazzy also, if I recall correctly. Because I remember I used the graphics from this one for our history of soundies and jazz films. And I always try to play something fun right after a box opening because we all had fun. But thank you very much. You guys are amazing. Opening up the packages. Great job, curators and other curators and virtual curators. So give yourselves a hand. And when we have the museum and we show those things, you can remember and say, I was doing it open that. And I posted to YouTube so that 20 years from now, when you have kids, imagine going to the Met and saying, I opened up the Renoir. I didn't get a Renoir yet. We're working on it. So next film.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And happy Valentine's Day.
Hey, what happened? Some lights back on back here?
Yeah, let me turn on my light for my son. My son, are you able to see?
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
So for you wonderful humans on the internet, we're packing up, but we're going to play more stuff for you. Sarah, Jessica, the other Jessica, Ida, Paul, and some guy called Denny Daniel. Who's that? So the next one is Billie Holiday playing with the Count Basie Orchestra. So you will be happy you stayed for that, huh? Yeah, that's like a holy grail one. And that might be the last one.
Sun go down, I hate to see the sun go down. Well, the gal I love, she done left this town. God save the blue as I can feel. God save the blue as I can feel. That gal no other clock can seem to see. You like my peaches, don't you shake my tree. Oh, like my peaches, don't you shake my tree. Get up, Lord, and let my peach tree. I'm sitting here long easy wine. I got to buy my baby on the other side. Take me back to St. Louis. Take me back to St. Louis. And when I blow my top. Mama, save my gold. And I'm so standing back to the same man. Thank me, mama. Thank me, mama. Just for I'm going back to St. Louis town, 'cause it's doggone where it's sure can bring you down. I'm going, yes, I'm going. I don't know St. Louis.
Was that not super fun? That's a really great one. The music is just so cool and fun to play. So I want to thank all of you guys. Let's
Host is unmuted all participants.
you guys for coming by.
Thank you as always, Denny.
Valentine's.
Thanks for having us, Denny.
Now, there's an interesting thing that might happen tomorrow, that might happen for you tomorrow. It will happen. Someone wants to propose to his wife at our speakeasy, and they want to do it on Valentine's, which is tomorrow. So that's why we did this one today. There might be something tomorrow night at like, I don't know, 7 o'clock or so. So I'm going to ask him if he will allow other people to witness him proposing, you know, and doing his party thing. So we might do another one tomorrow night, believe it or not. I'll let everyone know what happens. But I'm hoping that he lets me open it up for you guys, and you get to see someone getting proposed to at my speakeasy.
And hopefully she says yes.
I know, right? Then we have to.
We don't want it to be, you know, we don't want it to be Al Capone's waltz.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, then we have to shut off the camera and
Oh,
kill the witness.
I proposed to this girl on the boardwalk.
And kill the witnesses.
Yeah, I remember.
So you may want to close your eyes during that.
Got a friend videotaping it on her phone.
Thanks again, Jessica, Ida, Jesse, Paul, Sarah, and Denny Danny. And next week is going to be the Daredevil Secret Speakeasy. All our crazy fun Daredevil films of jalopies racing and planes falling apart and racing and all sorts of crazy stuff like that.
It's going to be stuntastic.
And I'm going stuntastic, and I'm going to talk to a very, very big photographer who did all those NASCAR races for decades, and he might talk a little bit. So stay tuned. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Danny. Good night.
Bye,
Love to all
Danny.
the lovers.
Good night. Thanks.
Thanks,
Anna.
Danny.
Bye, Jesse.
Happy Valentine's.
Bye. Happy Valentine's.